Okay, so this week we read Macbeth. What I found interesting would be Lady Macbeth. At the start, she seems so violent and fierce. For example, when she was talking about doing the murder, she said to unsex me and let me like commit the murder itself in her quote. And then when it came the time to commit the murder, she said that it resembled her father and she couldn't kill him. When she seemed so fierce and made fun of Macbeth and told him that he's lesser than a man and everything. And also, she fainted when they were talking about the other murders. Okay, for question two, my two perspectives would be dishonoring will have repercussions, and greed will cause you to lose all. These perspectives were assigned to the Macbeths. The example for dishonorment would be them killing King Duncan and dishonoring him, and then repercussed with Macbeth actually dying in the end for what he has done. The other example for greediness would be Macbeth actually became king, but by being greedy and doing it the way he did, he lost it all by dying in the end of the play anyways. And this shows the play as being honorable overall. Okay, for question three, I actually looked up pretty early in the play and underlined what the witches were actually saying when they said Bank was lesser than Macbeth and greater, and not so happy yet much happier. And when I looked this up, it helped me utilize the play so much more because it told what was going to happen actually. Banquo was going to be lesser in rank because he wasn't going to be the king, but he's going to be much happier because he's not dishonoring and killing other people, and it really helped develop the play itself. Okay, for question four, we talk about gender differences. As we know, there's only males on this stage. So the women, Lady Macbeth and the Wicked Witches, are represented as very violent, very fierce, very wicked. You can see that through their actions of pushing Macbeth to commit murders, or the witches themselves telling prophecies and everything. The men are represented as courageous, I think, and stronger in the play. At the first battle scene, they talk about how strong they are and how well they fought in battle. Or when you refer to Lady Macbeth's speech, she talks about how she needs to be unsexed to be able to commit a murder or a crime of such sort, which represents men being more powerful overall. Okay, for question five, we talk about cross-gender acting. I think it has an effect on the play to an extent. These male characters have to play the female parts. So when these characters come on stage, such as Lady Macbeth, I think the audience does see a male character. However, they treat them as a female so that they can get the full effect of the play. If they only see them as males, they're not going to have the aspect of the fierce women trying to cause mayhem in the play itself. This also supports my idea that men were more powerful than women, because back then they weren't even allowed on stage or to represent characters themselves. Okay, for question six, my first question would be, do you think that Macbeth killing the chamberlain hurt him in the long run? Do you think that people would have actually believed that the chamberlain could have killed Duncan and had a more pliable story? My second question would be, what do you guys think about Lady Macbeth seeing Duncan as her father when she went to murder him herself?